Okay, here we are in Wyoming, heading to Montana. It's been a long cross country, but we thought we'd share the Twilight takeoff from Pine Bluffs Airport here in Wyoming, right on the border of Nebraska. All right, welcome to this episode. We have been doing a full day, Alicia and I, of cross-country traveling. We left Fort Worth about 2 o'clock, and we've stopped here for fuel in Pine Bluffs, Wyoming, which is right on the border of Nebraska, and we're about to head to Billings, Montana. So this will be a sunset takeoff. We're all prepared for our night flying, so hope you enjoy it. Get our weather one more time.
Altimeter 3009er. Remarks. Density altitude 7,000.
7,000 feet.
Not available.
So we're on a longer runway than the ones in Texas. So, but we need to be aware that we're at 7,000.
Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 0142. Zulu weather. Wind 050 at 5. Visibility 10. Clear below 12,000. Temperature 22 Celsius.
Okay, so we have the weather. Pine Bluffs traffic, Centurion 4620 Yankee, taking the active, will back taxi for runway 8, Pine Bluffs. Nobody coming, we're constantly looking here. This is where we want to make sure nobody's coming in the land. Got a crop dusting operation right there. Hey, nobody on the runway, nobody coming in. Now, my instructor on the commercial side, Tamara, she teaches to tax not on center line when you're back taxiing on a runway, so that it looks different to somebody if they were coming in to approach. So, I'm not on the center line.
Good advice.
Okay, flaps 10, lights. Transponder set. Okay, our trim is set. $7,000-foot dense altitude. We've already done our run-up. Pine Bluffs traffic, Centurion 4620 Yankee is taking the active runway 8 for a northwest departure. Pine Bluffs. Here we are. Again, launch check. All looks good. Air AC off. Hey, airspeed line. Engines are good. And we're at rotate now. Okay. Arms are ready to climb, gear up. Okay, amber light, flaps. Pull back a little bit on the manifold. Back a little bit on the RPMs. Okay. Alright, we'll begin our turnout. Airspeed at over VX, head towards VY. Alright, go ahead and hit direct enter for me. We're going to engage the autopilot. Oh, thank you for remembering the air. Not as hot as Texas. We're going to put nearest there. Cheyenne approach, Centurion 4620 Yankee.
Southbound 1827, contact Denver approach 127.05, good night.
2705 Alpine 275.
Maybe too low, he's not hearing me. Yeah, 7,000 feet's too low. Cheyenne approach, Centurion 4620 Yankee.
Centurion 4620 Yankee, Cheyenne approach.
We would like to request flight following. We are off of Pine Bluffs at 7,300 for 10,500 to Billings, Bravo, India, Lima, and we're a Centurion.
Centurion 20 Yankee, say you're on course heading to Billings.
322.
Centurion 4620 Yankee, roger. What's your equipment FX on board?
/golf.
Centurion 20 Yankee, roger.
Usually don't get asked that.
Centurion 20 Yankee, sorry about all the questions, but what's going to be your VFR altitude?
VFR altitude will be 10,500.
Centurion 20 Yankee, roger.
I usually don't get asked all those questions unless it's IFR, so that was funny, that, but that's fine. If they want to put it all in there, that's some more info for the controllers, and that's good. The other thing is I'm going to start dimming the things that aren't automatically dimming, like this 496 I use for nearest.
Okay.
So I'm going to go down to display, and basically it almost, as a matter of fact, if I forget to turn it back, you can almost not see it in daylight, but it looks like it's unusable, but in a moment it'll be just fine. Same thing with the iPad. The interesting thing about the iPad for night flight is that people, even at the lowest setting...
4620 Yankee, squawk 2703.
2703, 20 Yankee.
Centurion 20 Yankee, radar contact 25 miles northeast of Cheyenne Airport.
Thank you, 20 Yankee. Okay, so the iPad, too bright, even at the full dimmest. So ForeFlight built into their system in an update about a year ago or so, that you can even take it and dim it inside of ForeFlight even more. So that's been very handy. Because you don't want anything really bright, because you want to be able to have your eyes adjust.
Right, right. That's why you don't use a regular flashlight, you use red light, right?
Yeah. Just to keep my night vision better.
Centurion 20 Yankee, contact Denver Center 125.9er, safe flight.
25.907, did you say, 20 Yankee?
Centurion 20 Yankee, it's negative, I said 125.9er, have a good night.
25.9er. Thanks for the help, 20 Yankee. My button's clicking out. Can you hear that?
Center Sky 5745, 19.3, climbing to flight level 230.
That was 5745, Denver Center, climbing to flight level 260.
Flight level 260, Sky 5745.
Denver Center, Centurion 4620 Yankee, 9,300 for 10,500.
Number 4620 Yankee, Denver Center, Cheyenne altimeter 3013.
1320 Yankee. They're approaching 10,005. Looking at just my minimum clearances to I just got to know that to the left, we cannot veer off course to the left, because minimum clearance is 10,006 as you get into the Laramie area of Wyoming there. So we're going to stay over. Okay, one of the reasons why I chose the waypoint that we're going to have is that it takes me over valleys where cities are and towns, so especially since we're going to be heading into Twilight here and dark. I want to make sure that we're, there's a whole bunch of airports dotted along this route. So another reason I don't want to go over the mountains in the night, it's just not a good idea. I mean, we can certainly go a lot higher with a turbo, but I'm just not going to mess with that.
All right.
So Alicia, we've taken off from Pine Bluffs. We've called in, got our flight following. Appreciate you riding with me. You've ridden with me actually quite a bit, and haven't been able to really talk to you much. So take me back to when you first, were you nervous about flying?
Let's see, my very first trip with you was down to Sugar Land in Houston.
Where we had a shoot.
Right, we had a shoot there, and I wasn't nervous, but my mom was
Oh, that's
nervous.
right, your mom.
Yeah, so she sort of freaks out whenever she finds out I'm going in this tiny plane. She's like, no, you can't go. Those are notorious for falling out of the sky. Which, of course, they're not. So I've just been going with you ever since. I mean, since like you first got your pilot's license.
Back when it was really scary.
Right, when I should have been nervous to fly. Yeah.
Ignorance is bliss, yeah. So, now let me ask you this. You have had some motion sickness issues on these flights, right? But that hasn't stopped you from flying.
No, it hasn't. I've actually loved to fly since I was really little, but I've always had like a motion sickness thing, and as I've gotten older, it's gotten worse. So yeah, about every time we fly, I get a little bit of motion sickness, and depending on, it's usually whenever we're taking off or we're landing that I start to feel it. So.
Well, I bought a bunch of stuff, put it in the glove box, and I noticed you pulled out the C-bands that nobody's ever used. You opened the package. You looked them up, and so how are they doing? Tell me about those.
They're doing great. I did do some things differently this trip to see if anything made me feel different. So I did eat a little bit healthier before the flight. I was notorious for just driving through a drive-through before getting on the plane. And then using these has really helped as well. I still feel a little bit, but not as bad as it usually is. Like there's a drastic improvement. So these are really cool. You have to wear both of them, one on your left, one on your right, and they fit just underneath your wrist. You put your 3 fingers here, and the little white knob goes under where your index finger is, so on both sides, and that's supposed to create a pressure point and help relieve that nausea.
And it's working.
It is working, yeah. I would highly recommend it, especially if you're someone that's like me, that I don't like to take medication, so when I do take any type of anti-nausea medication, it just knocks me out, and I can't do anything for like a day. So this is a great alternative.
Right. Well, good. I'm glad that it's working, and that you can enjoy the flight a little bit more. So.
It's been fun. I've gotten to operate the radio,
that's right.
And I even got to fly a little bit, so that was really cool.
Yeah, so you're starting to get a little bit more acclimated to being up here. And being up here helps a little bit too with the motion sickness, right?
It does, yeah. If I'm in the back, so you may have seen me in previous videos where I'm actually in the back, and I did get motion sickness on those trips. Yeah, when I'm in the front, I'm doing a little bit better. I don't know if it's the combination of eating right and wearing these and sitting in the front, but this combination seems to work really well.
Well, cool. All right, well, the sun is setting. We have left Pine Bluffs, Wyoming, on our way to Billings, Montana, where we are going to shoot a webisode series. We've been shooting a webisode series with Tuff Cooper and his fiancée Tiff for RideTV, and you should look that up as well. But thanks for watching this show for Taking Off, and as always, please share, comment. We appreciate you watching. Thanks.
Bye.